The Backyard Gardening Project, Episode 17, Keep the Harvest Coming. These series of videos are brought to you by The Garden Father and Don's Garden Shop and Landscape Materials located on East Platte Avenue in Colorado Springs, offering soil mixes, mulch, rock, stone, statuaries, fountains, and more. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Larry.
Yeah, well, Mike's soloing it today. Colleen couldn't make it. This is August 30th, and Mike's garden still's got stuff to pick. I mean, to show you guys, don't give up on your garden. Mike, show us those greens over there. Those are amazing.
These are our mega microgreens. I think this is our fourth planting of them. So we've harvested at least 4 rounds this thick every time, and they've taken off. And I've actually trimmed some of this back halfway through. These things are amazing. We just chop them up for salads.
Look how beautifully healthy they are. Yeah, these are mostly, well, they're all in the broccoli family. You know, we call them the cole family, and there's kale, and there's collards, and there's some broccoli. I mean, we've got all different things there, and they're so healthy. So what do you use them for, Mike?
100% for salads. I just come through, chop them down, and chop them up, and we add them either to on our normal salad, like if we're going to do a spinach salad, or some of the good heads we've had, or God forbid if we have to go to the store and actually buy some salad. But actually, there's times where we just use this. They're so delicious, and so healthy. So it's been wonderful.
Oh, that's great. Well, let's take a look at that spinach.
Yeah, our spinach, and I've actually harvested some big leaves off of this. This is my 3rd planting, I believe, of spinach already. So this is, yeah, I had some big, huge leaves come out first. So we've had probably 2 snips of that from this one. So this one's getting ready to go again. Yeah,
you can see it's starting to bolt. You know, that's starting to form little flowers there. So, you know, you've only got several days now before you got to harvest that whole thing out. Otherwise, it'll just keep getting longer and longer, and the leaves will start getting smaller. Let's take a look at your broccoli.
We've been chopping these, and I probably could come in and do some more. The spray really helped that you recommended, so we've kept those little caterpillars,
the dipel dust.
Yes, we kept
the
them
BT.
So we've been coming in, and I've been harvesting these little guys as they come up. The flowers do come in pretty quickly, unfortunately, so I'm just trying to figure out, you know, how to...
Yeah, you can trim those all the way down to the stem, right there.
Okay,
yep.
I'll do that.
Yep.
But yeah, we've actually...
And that one right there, hold that one right there. See, that one's good to eat. See? Yeah.
That's about where we've been harvesting them. I literally just came and cleaned this thing out probably 2 days ago. Sent my son home with a big thing of broccoli for him to make. So this has been delicious.
Yeah, look how healthy your leaves are. See, as long as you pay attention to things like the caterpillar and everything else, you can grow. And I want to take another look at these spinach. I want people to know that one common thing that happens to spinach around here are these spinach leaf miners that just you know, make your leaf look like caterpillar is eating its way through the leaves, and these look so darn healthy. So whatever you're doing, keep it up. This looks good. Now you got some carrots over there too.
Yep, this is our 2nd round of carrots. They're a little thinner. We tried to replant in.
Yeah.
But we had such a big harvest the first time around. But yeah, we're looking forward to these guys coming out.
Good. Now what variety are those? Are those
Mokum?
Those are Mokum. Okay. All right. Well, this bed looks pretty good. Oh yeah, and you got some onions there.
Our onions, we've been popping them out as we've been using them. They've been so good. We've been making onion cucumber mint salad, which sounds weird, but it's actually really delicious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, point to the head of that onion right there. Look at that. Look at the size of that. Oh, those are great. And see, when the stem bends over, that means you can harvest them anytime now.
So that's what we're doing, just popping them out one every few days. So we'll be through these in probably another week or so.
Well, Mike, this is your cucumber bed. Now that's only 4 by 4, and how many plants are in there?
We planted, I'm trying to think. I think we planted 3 on each side.
Okay, probably a little more than you.
That struggled.
Yeah, and probably a little more than you should, because you can see what's happening over here. Like I say, what are you feeding those things?
It's a cucumber apocalypse over here, yes, definitely.
So tell me, how are you doing with those cucumbers?
Well, this is our pride and joy. This thing is amazing. We have pulled we've picked probably close to 80 cucumbers already. And as you can see, every day there's new ones coming. We probably have another 10 that we could pick today. They are absolutely delicious. We've been using them for everything, just by themselves, in salads. We've been getting creative with different types of salads to make, like I said, with the mint and the onion, with the tomatoes that we've grown, and we've started pickling them as well. I think I have about 10 or 11 jars of pickles in the fridge right now, getting ready to eat. So they've been absolutely amazing.
Now, I you've got some relatives there working Molika's restaurant there,
Yes.
and tell us a little bit about that. What do they use them for? Because you've been giving them to them, haven't you?
Yes, one of my nieces that works at Molika's doesn't even like cucumbers, and she had them here, and she loves them. So they realized that just chopping them up fresh and dipping them in Molika's homemade ranch is one of the best things ever. So that's been their invention, or discovery of how delicious these cucumbers and what they go with. So these cucumbers plus Molika's ranch is supposedly really good. I'm looking forward to trying it. Wait, I'm going to trade them for the next batch of cucumbers for some ranch.
Well, there you go. And these are, again, Corentine, which is a replacement for Cool Breeze. It's Gynoecious and Parthenocarpic. All the flowers are female. You can see right here that flower right there is going to produce a cucumber here in the next few days. It's already started. Doesn't need to be fertilized, and off it goes. Well, good job on that. Now, do you know that the average... I'll ask you this. What is the average amount of cucumbers that people get out of a 4x4 8 bed around the country?
I wouldn't even know where to guess. I think, seeing how many we've got, I'd say maybe 50.
It's actually 40.
Holy cow.
You know, they'll get about 40 cucumbers. That's the average. So you're so far above average, and we've got another few weeks of season left. All right, let's take a look at some other beds here. Now, Mike's standing next to his pole beans. These are Quintus, also called early riser or northeastern. So, oh, look at that. Oh my, wait, let me take a picture, get a little close-up of that one. Oh, that is just prime and ready to pick right there. Oh, look at that. Now tell me what you think about these beans.
We didn't know what to think at the beginning. We got our first harvest of them, and they're delicious. These things are amazing. Definitely different than regular green beans that we've been used to. We just steam them in the microwave for about 5 or 6 minutes in some water. And then I, of course, being Italian, have to put everything in olive oil and garlic. So I put them in a pan for a few minutes with some oil and some garlic seasoning. Cut them up a little bit just to give them just a little crispiness, and they're delicious. Colleen likes them just steamed as well, but they have such a great flavor, good texture. They're delicious.
So would you plant them again next year?
Heck yeah, we love
All
these.
right.
We've harvested, if you think of a big gallon freezer bag, we've probably filled 3 of those at least of harvesting this so far.
You know, with this small garden, you guys are feeding your family a little bit here, aren't you?
Yes, and our extended family a little bit too.
Your extended family, and your relatives running the restaurant.
You know, we're trying to get some kind of bargaining going on. Yes.
Oh yeah, especially their lasagna. I love their lasagna.
Same.
Mike's tomatoes and peppers. I gotta see that jalapeno. You ought to enter that whole plant in the county fair there.
We love this plant. These things are dynamite, but they're so good. They have such a great taste, but they are hot as all get out. We've been loving them. We've probably harvested 20 so far, and you could just see this thing probably has, there's probably another 20 plus sitting on the plant right now, and it's still going.
We love jalapeno poppers. That's the way we like those, but we use them in a lot of things. Well, that jalapeno plant is just doing fantastic. And then next to it is your flavor burst, and it's coming on, but the thing is you're going to probably harvest those a little later here, as long as we don't get touched by early frost.
We've got a few off of it already. I think we've harvested about 5.
Did you like them?
Really good, very good flavor.
Yeah, it's a nice sweet green pepper and everything else. And then which one is that?
This is the Pueblo green chili.
Yeah.
And, you can, let's see, I just harvested probably about 6 peppers off of here in just like this week, and you can see we probably have another 4 or 5 coming. We probably harvested 10 total. Awesome flavor. Roasted them, chopped them up. They've been wonderful. I actually added them to some chili I made a couple weeks ago too.
Yeah. And those are the Mirasol, which is the medium heat, and we're going to plant more in our garden next year because we love them too. It was we usually get the Anaheims, but I'm telling you, I'm sold on just the Pueblo chili.
Me too, it's
now,
my favorite.
Back in there, we've got the California Wonder there.
Correct, and we've harvested about 3 or 4 off of this one already.
I don't know if you can see it, everybody, but that's just a typical green pepper, but they're the old standby. It's an heirloom, and many people's favorites for the green pepper there.
It's very good.
So, yeah. And now you can see your basil right there, and of course, pick the flowers as they come out, and that'll keep you harvesting a little longer. But it's pretty much near the end of its life there, but you still got a little bit left there to enjoy.
We've got a ton of basil off of this, and then the one in the back as well. It's been amazing.
All right. Now let's go over here to your tomatoes, because we had some problems with that. It caught some late season blight, and Mike treated it with a little bit of copper octanoate, and I think he saved it, but I want you to take a look at this. It's still questionable. You can see right here that the fruit is a little mottled, and that's what happens when you get the blight, and some of these others may or may not be able to ripen, but for a first time going around on these, this one looks like it might be okay. Some people eat them even though they have a little blight. Other people don't like the discoloration and stuff, and that's up to Mike and Colleen to do a little research and see if that's something for them. But that tomato plant may not be productive through the rest of the season, but gosh, with all the success you've had throughout. Now, but you did have some good tomatoes off that this year, right?
Oh man, we harvested probably a good 10 or 12 off of it. Big, huge, meaty tomatoes, and they were delicious.
So you like the Big Beef variety?
I love it. My brother, one of my brothers, I gave him some, and he's going to try and grow it next year. He loved it so much, and he's not much into gardening, so he's got the bug now.
All right, Big Beef is our favorite for a slicer, so yeah, there you have it. Now we're going to take a look at some I don't know what I'm going to see over here, but Mike's got a vine over here that just won't quit. Well, Mike, Colleen, and Troy decided to plant some sugar pie pumpkins, and I want you to, how many plants are in there?
2.
2.
And the crazy part is we just had our fence replaced, and when the plants were just coming up, they were completely buried with the detritus from the fence, so we had to salvage them, and we had just these 2 little leaves poking up. So we couldn't believe from that came this.
Yeah, peek in there and show us a few of the pumpkins that are coming on.
Oh, got a little guy here.
Well, they're supposed to be small, and they're pie pumpkins, and I mean, it would be a shame to just turn them into jack-o'-lanterns and stuff, because the thing is, they are so delicious cooked, and you'll get recipes going on for all of those.
There's about 6 in here, if you can
6,
see.
And then 3 more?
Yeah, and then there's a couple big ones back there, another one coming up back
there.
We've
pull some of the leaves back on right in there like you did, and let me get a close-up of all that. Yeah. Yeah, now you can leave those on. Here's the deal. When you harvest them, leave the stems on.
Okay.
And so there's about a 2-inch stem on that, because it'll store longer inside.
Okay.
And when the frost first hits it, the first light frost, it's time to harvest.
Okay.
Because after that you may get hit too hard. Now if it's going to get below like 28 degrees, 29, you better get out here and either cover it or harvest them all. Okay. And when they're that orange, they can be harvested just about any time now. So you may want to just try one, harvest it, and cook it up and see what you think. You probably have another 2 or 3 weeks before they're really ready to go. But there's your sugar pies right there. So you're going to be enjoying those.
We're excited. We can't believe how well this thing took off, and it's still
now
going.
If you feel like there's a neighbor whose name is Larry and Anna that wouldn't mind a pumpkin or 2, we would really enjoy it.
Yeah, I guess we could look into that. We'll see if I can find somebody like that.
Okay, thanks. Well, listen, Mike, you guys are knocking it out of the park. So I guess until next time, happy gardening.
Happy gardening, Larry. Thanks.
Now, Mike, this is very common right now, but at this time of year, the leaves of the squash, pumpkin, cucumber sometimes tend to pick up with the powdery mildew, and we can see it right there. And that is easily taken care of with that copper octanoate. Some people use neem oil to spray on the leaves, and others use a soapy solution. There's a lot of different avenues, but since you have that copper, go ahead and spray it and through the leaves there when you see it, and that should stall it a little bit. Once it starts hitting your pumpkins, it'll kill it back, and your season will be done for those pumpkins. So let's try to keep it at bay for at least the next 2 weeks, because I'd like those pumpkins to come in a little harder, and then you'll be don't have to worry about it.
Great, thank you.
Mike, let's take a look at your herb box now. You know, it looks pretty darn good right now. You've got parsley that looks like Italian parsley,
Yep.
curled leaf parsley. You've got some garlic. Well, there, now those are garlic chives right
Yep.
there. Show them with the flowers and
Yep.
everything else.
Those are the garlic chives.
Those will go to seed, and then you'll have 10 million garlic chive plants all
We
in that
love it.
box.
Yep.
You've got
This is thyme.
thyme, and then you've got some rosemary.
Yeah, our rosemary's about done, but we've used the heck out of this year.
Well, the one thing about rosemary is it likes a different environment than the rest of the things. It likes very little water.
Oh, that's probably.
So, you know,
the
you may want to next year go ahead and try a different kind of rosemary there.
Okay.
So, I mean, in a different kind of container. But tell me what you did with this, because you were having problems. This container does not have any drain holes in it, and you fill it up through a tube
right here.
in the side, and then water fills a reservoir on the bottom, and it's supposed to wick up through the base, but it retains so much water, and that's not the way nature does things, because that water that it's retained becomes anaerobic, or lack of oxygen, and that's not what the plants are used to. So tell me what you did with that, Mike.
So nothing was really growing. Everything was really stuck, very still. So we decided to drill about 4 holes in the bottom to drain it, and this thing was holding a ton of water. It probably had water up to here in its reservoir. So once we opened that up, drained out that stagnant water, and the water was very, very gross, very stinky, very stagnant. That's when this took off. That's when we started having success. Things started growing again. We were able to kind of balance out the soil, turning it once a week, of course, to break up the surface tension, but it's able to kind of handle water, especially with some of the big rainstorms we've had. Then, you know, that water would just sit in here before we drained the holes. So draining the holes definitely saved this bed and gave us the success that we have with it.
Yeah, and you know, these things are designed by people who I don't think garden very much, because they want to do it for convenience and think everybody wants to have no maintenance on their garden beds. But I'm telling you, half the fun, I think, is being out in the garden, working it, and if you have to come out and water it every now and then, that's half the fun too. So, all right, well, listen, Mike, good job on that. You may want to trim off those flowers. I like to keep them around for a little bit because they do attract pollinators, but they'll produce some seeds, and those seeds will be very prolific, and it'll just take over everything. So you can trim those down whenever you like, and keep that from spreading out all over the place.
Okay, we really do like these chives, so.
Yeah, those are garlic chives, and then next to it are just regular chives, and hopefully those regular chives will come back next year and be a little healthier, because they've been struggling with the extra water, but I think they're going to be just fine for next year. All right, thanks so much.
Thanks, Larry.